Catch that orb on the bottom. That's what it looks like. There's absolutely nothing around it. It's a box, flying box. So there are no posts or anything holding those lights, and it's too high up to have a post. It's just way up in the sky. I mean, it's the same level as I'm at. I'm shooting it straight across. I'm on the 18th floor. So it's 18 stories up in the air. And it's not a building. There's no building anywhere there. The buildings are a kilometer back in back of it. So I don't know how many feet 18 stories are. I'll say 250 feet or so, maybe 300. I'm not sure how many feet 18 stories comes out to, because I'm shooting it straight across on level. You could see that the thing is hovering even from a distance. It's just kind of hovering there and moving a little bit. I'll come in close one more time and finish it up. I don't want to make the video too long. I've been making videos too long lately. So there it is. The whole thing right there. And at times it looks like it's transparent, like you could almost see through it. And then at other times it looks like it's solid. But it does look transparent even now. You could see through part of it on the left and on the right, top right and towards the bottom left. It looks like you could see right through it. So it's it has a solid appearance, but it looks transparent. And it looks like a box, but it's a rectangle. And the length is twice as long as the height. It has 3 lights on the bottom. The 2 on the left bottom are larger and more bright, and the one in the middle is smaller and more round. And there's a larger light also on the bottom below all of them, and I don't see any relationship. It's not attached or anything. That light is by itself, and that's not attached to anything either, but it's not attached to the top where the box is. That's by itself, and the other 3 are with the box. But I don't know if they're attached to the box or just hovering with the box. But the box is hovering, and you can see that it's moving slightly up and down. And I'm in the house. The camera is on a stand. I'm not touching it, and there is no shaking. The box is hovering and slightly moving up and down every now and then. And I don't know what else to call it than a flying box. But it appears like it's transparent sometimes, and the rest of the time it looks very solid. There's a lot of orbs all over the place in the air. They're smaller, but they're also on the structure. So I'm just gonna go closer. That's what the structure looks like. You can see it even moving left and right slightly if you watch it carefully. It's not just going up and down, it's moving slightly left and right. So it's in a hover, and it's really busy, high energy state. Whatever the thing is, it's packed with energy. And you look at all that energy. It's like an energy field all around it. And look at it hover. It's moving more now. You can see that the whole thing is moving. It's in a hover. I'm not even touching the camera. And you can see the energy field. And it's so just like real strong. So now I'm gonna back off a little to show it. Let's see if I can see movement or hover or anything. Yeah, I can detect that it's slightly moving. So that's some sort of a vehicle. I don't know what kind of a vehicle, I've never seen it before. But that's a vehicle, and the orbs may or may not be part of it, or they could be just alongside of it. Sometimes these things come with orbs all around them. But the thing itself looks like it's solid, and then you can almost see through it sometimes. And it's surrounded by an energy field. On the left side bottom there's a lot of energy. It looks, that's where the engine would be, if it has an engine. That's where the energy seems to be coming out, on the left bottom, because there's a lot more energy on the left bottom portion than on the right. Let me just get in there. Okay, the right and the left. So, and that looks like a craft of some sort, but I've never seen a box fly like that. So I have no clue what that is. It's some kind of a flying object. It's in the air, obviously, and it's in a hover. And now it's 10 to 5, and my video is probably too long already. I don't know how long it's going to stay there, but I have some things I have to do, and I can't sit here for too long. And I want to get this thing put on the big screen and check it out, see what I can see, because right now I'm looking at the 2" by 3" screen or something like that, and it's small, but I can clearly see that that thing is in a hover, and I can see those large lights, and I can see, when I close in on it, I can see the energy that thing is just surrounded with. And it's in a high state of energy. It's in a hover. You can see the movement. I'm not touching the camera. That's the object itself moving it slightly up and down and left to right. It's maintaining a good hover. It's not losing altitude or anything. And it's not moving side to side too much in any direction. It's got tremendous energy, whatever kind that is. That's a lot of energy, and that's an energy field all around it. And the object sometimes looks like you could see through it, and at other times it looks very solid. So I've never seen it before, and I don't know what it is. But you could see a lot of action, and a lot of vortices right there, especially on the left hand side now. There's 2 vortices, one on top of the other, maybe more, maybe 3 or 4. There seems to be something spinning like a drill, that could be the engine, because there's a lot of light and power coming off that side. But if you look at the left hand side, it looks like some sort of spinning motion, and it looks just like a drill would spin. The motion is counterclockwise, and it looks like orbs spinning, but sort of like in a drill fashion, and that's producing all the energy. And the energy field itself. So I don't know what kind of energy source that is. I've never seen that before. Okay, but that's where it is, right there where the motor is, or where I think the motor is, on the left side at the bottom there, and going upwards towards the top. That's where the vortices are taking place. And then there's a smaller one on the right hand top corner there, just below the right hand top corner, and then there are more bright lights there too, so it could have two engines or something, but I don't know what type of engines those would be. And that's what you can see, because those are inside of it. They're not on the outside, they're not mounted. That's what's inside of the object, and the object is transparent, but it appears like it's solid from a distance. Now I can see it with my naked eyes, and it's maybe it's less than 50 feet across. It's about between 30 and 50 feet across. That's my estimate. And maybe 15 feet high. That's what it looks like with my naked eye, judging from how far it is, and that's how big it looks. It's maybe 3 kilometers, 4 kilometers, maybe even 5. It's hard to say. It's not light enough for me to make a decent estimate. It's still too dark, but that's not mounted on anything. There are buildings, big complex of buildings behind that, but not right there. There's nothing right there. There's nothing below it, and it's not attached to anything. It's in a hover. It's in a hover. Yeah, you can see that it's moving. It's not maintaining a perfect steady state. It's moving left to right, and it's moving up and down, and very slightly. But over there, that could be a lot more. It's just that I'm so far away. It looks like it's very slight. Over there, that could be like a few feet each way. I don't know. I'm too far away to tell. But it's definitely in motion. And look at all the energy. Just let me come into it. Look at all that energy. So I have no clue what that is. That's the first time I've seen it. And it's transparent. You can see right into it. So it's a transparent real object. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't think it's made out of glass or anything, but you can actually see inside of it. And but it appears very solid from like this position. You know, when you come closer, you can actually see inside. those things are not mounted on it. Those are inside the darker structures on the top right and on the bottom left. The darker structures, not the bright lights. Those are inside. So I don't know if those are some type of being or form, but it looks like they're engines. That's what it looks like to me, because I can see orbs going around and around like a drill on both sides. I'm just gonna come in real close to see if they're a drill. Here's what it looks like. So they're definitely spinning. Those darker structures, bottom left and top right, they're like vortices, and it looks like they're engines. So they're engines of some sort. I don't know what kind. I've never seen this one. But those are engines. They're providing the power and the energy field for the entire structure. And there it is as a whole. So that's around 5 kilometers away. And that was at least 400 zoom when I closed in. You can see that there's a lot of orbs in the air all over. All those little white things flying around, those are orbs. But this thing is not an orb. This is looking like a box. And it's sort of transparent. You can see inside, but those two things are some sort of engines. Orbs revolving very fast and providing the power, like in vortices. And I've never seen this before. And the thing is in a hover. It's at around 250, 300 feet. I don't know. It's 18 stories high, like me. I'm shooting straight across at 5 kilometers, or about 5 kilometers. It's difficult to tell. So I'm going to leave it there. My battery's going to run out. I just got the thing. Okay. Thanks for watching.